Hey everybody, this is Hannah Fletcher with Shared News. Welcome back. We have so much to unpack with the latest celebrity news. But before we get into it, make sure that you guys go ahead and like this video. Make sure that you're subscribed to us here at Shared News and make sure that your bell notifications are turned on. If you guys are watching on TikTok, make sure that you hit the follow button and hit the like button. Double tap that screen and share this live with your friends and family and anybody else who would like to tune into anything involving celebrity news. Now, let's kick it off. Let's talk about The Weeknd. Now, The Weeknd has created this brand new live show. And what I love about this show is the fact that it came from The Weeknd's brain, but now he is receiving a lot of different backlash in regards to the first episode. So, as you guys know, The Weeknd and Selena Gomez were together a while ago. It's been quite a few years. And when they were together, I thought that they were a very unique type of couple and pairing. But apparently, there's a lot of controversy stirring up because of the fact that The Weeknd's new show is allegedly alluding to Selena Gomez. So basically, during the Bad Liar era of when Selena Gomez released the song Bad Liar, her and The Weeknd were dating. And there are some clues that fans have noticed in the artwork from Bad Liar in comparison to The Weeknd's show. Now, I think this is a very fascinating speculation. I would not be surprised if The Weeknd didn't make a reference to Selena Gomez in Lily Rose Depp's character, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys are thinking about this too. Fans have compared the character in the show, Jocelyn, and they've basically compared the relationship with the best friend to Selena's actual best friend, Raquel Stevens. There's also some small clues that fans have picked up on, like a hospital bracelet. They've noticed just a lot of the vibes seem to be very much indicative of what mimicked Selena Gomez at that time. And also, this character had a battle with mental health issues. And they were obviously relating that back to Selena Gomez as well. So I don't know. I personally think that this is a very unique factor. I would not be surprised again if The Weeknd did kind of have something to attribute to Selena Gomez. I feel like he's definitely an edgy and artsy type of person, but I have to see it for myself. I have not had the opportunity quite yet to be able to see this show, but I have heard a lot of different rumors and speculation. And with the type of character that The Weeknd is and with his type of mind, I feel like this is not too far off of the path of something that he would create. Now, there's also a rumor going around that this character in the first episode of the show is very similar to Britney Spears. And allegedly, Sam Levinson from the actual production side of things shut down that rumor and said that it was based off of absolutely no one in particular. So let me know if you guys have any opinions on this, as this is new and this is beginning to transpire all over the internet. There have been a lot of different tweets too taking shots at The Weeknd, saying that he was coming for Selena and that he was indicating Selena and putting her basically in a bad light. And as you guys know, Selenators are huge, huge fans. They stand by Selena Gomez. They love Selena Gomez. So they are going to come for The Weeknd if they feel that The Weeknd is wrong, and they certainly are not holding back online. So let me know all of your thoughts as to whether or not you guys think this is true. I personally think that it's definitely a possibility, and I really hope at the end of the day that he is not taking shots at Selena, because I don't feel like she's the type of person to be able to take shots at. I don't see why someone would do that. I think she's a very nice person, a very charitable person, and she's so kind and in my eyes untouchable. I am definitely a Selena fan, so I don't see why you would do that. So I'll definitely let you guys know my full opinion in particular once this kind of transpires, but I think that it's definitely possible. Also comment and let me know what you guys are thinking down below in the comment section, or here if you're on TikTok, let me know down in the comments here. They'll pop right up. So fans have basically been speculating that obviously this is about Selena, but they've also claimed that it's extremely similar, like I mentioned, to Britney Spears. And overall, there's just a very creepy vibe and tone of the show, which is something to definitely take note of. I think that there's a version of a show where it can have a creepy undertone to it, right? Like we know a bunch of different cult classics that exist that are like that. But Honestly, it's received a lot of bad reviews. It's received a lot of hatred overall, and it just seems like it is a creepy vibe, but not in the way where it actually suits and pulls the viewer in and makes the viewer feel entertained. It seems as though the creepy vibe is coming across more or less like very, very disturbing, I think would be probably the correct word. Um, Now, what is very interesting is the creator of the show has actually claimed and confirmed that this is in the same realm and world of Euphoria. So, if you did know that, or if you didn't know that, let me know. I feel like Euphoria definitely is a show that stands in a world in and of its own, though, in comparison to what this is in accordance to what I've seen so far and what I've seen online with clips and teasers. I just think that Euphoria was built so creatively. I don't know what it is that's just not resonating with me personally, and clearly what's not resonating with others on the internet as well, as far as what this show is kind of emulating and what the world is in and of itself. But I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe the Euphoria cast might kind of pop into the show. Do you guys think that that's a possibility? Would you guys like to see something like that? Would we like to see Rue come into this realm and into this space? Would we like to see Sydney Sweeney's character come in maybe? I mean, she's a hot commodity. Everybody seems to really be enthralled with her character. Maybe there could be some potential type of crossover. Also, since this show is not receiving the best of reviews, maybe is there a world that exists where the characters from Euphoria come in order to kind of provide some type of um, catching and basically some reconciliation and trying to give this show better accreditation. So let me know what you guys think about that and whether or not you guys think that Euphoria's cast members will kind of transfer into this show in order to flat out just save it at this point. So moving on, we have Miss Kylie Jenner. Now, this is very fascinating. Kylie has showed off a watch that is Stormi's, her daughter. Her daughter is 5 years old, keep in mind. She showed off a $40,000 Rolex online. Now, this is crazy to me. The watch was allegedly Kylie's. Now, it was Kylie's watch once upon a time, and now she's apparently given it to Stormi. I think that this is all just extremely interesting. The fact that she's giving her very young child a $40,000 Rolex watch, it kind of tells me it's like, where on the spectrum here are we respecting the fact that this is like a luxury item? Like top-notch luxury item if you're going to go and hand it off to a 5-year-old. And I'm not saying anything against Stormi. She seems very well behaved, very collected, especially for her age. I mean, that girl, she is calm, cool, and collected. She's adorable. I love Stormi. But it's like at the end of the day, where it's like, in my opinion, you're kind of desensitizing what it is to have a nice item and what it is to be able to appreciate something that, isn't $40,000. You're starting them a little bit too young, in my opinion, for getting somebody used to such high and expensive taste. Now, granted, Kylie Jenner is Kylie Jenner, and she's a very rich, successful woman at the end of the day, too. And it is her child, and she can do whatever she wants. But I thought it was very fascinating that she was just casually pulling out this $40,000 Rolex out of a bag, saying that it's Stormi's. I read a bunch of articles where they're like, "Oh, is she going to pass it down to air?" It's just it's a fascinating thing to me. I really don't personally see myself ever doing anything like that with my child. I'm going to teach them the value and the respect and the gratitude of anything regardless of the price tag. But again, I mean, Stormi lives a very different lifestyle. Stormi's closet is way different than any other toddler's closet. Let's be real at the end of the day. Um, but I personally was very shocked when Kylie pulled out the watch and saying that it was Stormi's. I get it that it might have been Kylie's beforehand. I also hope that there's not a world that exists where Kylie's saying that because she bought the watch, but she feels bad if she says that it wasn't hers that got sized down. I hope that she didn't just go drop 40 grand on the watch specifically for a 5-year-old. Now, I get it. You can add links on and everything like that or take them off. But at the end of the day, again, it's like, what are you teaching? Just make sure that gratitude is understood. And that's really what the moral is at the end of the day. Now, basically, what happened is she showed this watch when she was doing this kind of like what's in my bag, what's in my purse type of haul that she made on her own. And with this, Kylie was pulling different things out of her bag, and she received a lot of different colorful realms of backlash on the internet. A lot of different people were commenting saying that one person said, quote, "The casual Rolex watch thrown in the purse, LOL." Someone else said, quote, "Show us the gum wrappers, Capri Sun straw wrappers, and a stale cookie that's been in there for at least 2 weeks, or it's not legit." I'm kind of with them on that one. I feel like this was definitely a more staged type of bag. Now, she did pull out a glue stick because she apparently loves crafting and loves scrapbooking, which I think is really great and a very down to earth type of activity. But also, it just seems like, if I were to open up my purse, and I switch out my purses all the time, there's still just stuff in the bottom of them. It's like it's a parking uh, pass from the garage when I'm leaving the parking garage at night. It is gum wrappers. It's different lipsticks that I totally forgot that I even had until I find that bag again. That's the reality of what is inside a bag. So she seemed to have a lot of different product placement going on in there. She referenced her sister Kim's line. She also referenced her own cosmetic line. So I don't know. I think it was definitely somewhat staged. I mean, the fact that she's just pulling out her camera and recording in her car might try to make it seem like it's not, but again, she's very put together. She's wearing just a white tank, but she still looks very presentable. She looks like she's an actor sending in a self-tape, right? She still has her hair and makeup done up. She's wearing a nice simple shirt that still looks good on camera. I don't believe that she was just in her car and just like, "Hey, let me just film this and let me just pull random things out of my bag." Now, I will play devil's advocate to people on the internet saying that she, doesn't have necessarily a mom bag. Also, Kylie Jenner's the type of person, though, we do have to remember she's going to match every single bag to every single outfit because wherever she goes, she runs the risk of being paparazzi and having photos taken of her. So she may have so many bags, and I'm sure she does. I mean, let's be real. She probably has so many bags that, like, she probably only carries one bag, but a couple times, and then puts it back on the shelf and then picks a different one. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I mean, yes, she may not have a mom bag because she quite literally just has everything spread out so much that she may just have literally the bare necessities that she throws in a bag that's the bag of the day or even the bag of the hour and goes off on her merry way. So that is something to keep in mind as well. I do see why people are coming for her though. Mainly my big thing about that video is the watch. It's a $40,000 Rolex. Even if your toddler takes great care of it, it's like at the end of the day, it's a very expensive item. Also, I mean, I worry about women that wear engagement rings and they're of a decent size. Somebody could see that on your finger and and want to rob you. So if you have a flashy Rolex on the wrist of a 5-year-old that can't even defend themselves, granted Stormi's going to have security. It's kind of a safety hazard too. So, and if somebody has an eye for designer, which you know, people study that stuff, people are obsessed with Rolexes. I mean, it's like one of the luxury items that you can come by. At the end of the day too, it is kind of a safety hazard, so I just kind of worry on that end as well. I just think $40,000 Rolex is too much for a 5-year-old, and that's my opinion. Let me know yours down in the comments. Make sure that you guys sound off in conjunction or in disagreement with whatever I'm saying. I love to be able to see what you guys have to say, and I love to be attuned to what you guys are thinking as well. Let's talk about Taylor Swift and Maddie Healy. Oh my goodness. All right, so these two have split. And I figured they were going to split, but I personally didn't see it coming as quickly as it did. Now, as we know, they were kicking up relationship rumors back in early May. And allegedly, a lot of sources are coming forward and they're kind of defending Taylor for this whole split with Maddie and basically what's been going on. They're saying that she deserved to have something that was like a summertime fling, something very, you know, quick and like fun for her because apparently it seems like she wasn't having that much fun with Joe after being in a 6-year relationship. And it just seems like she just kind of wanted a rebound at the end of the day, and that's really what she ended up doing with Maddie. Now, what I think about this and what I think is fascinating about this is the fact that like she had a rebound that hung out with mom and dad and went to so many different concerts on the Eras tour. I think he went to 6 concerts in total, which is a lot. That's a lot of concerts to go to if you're just having a fling. So that's why I don't think that they were I think that they really did have something going on. I'm kind of half wondering if a lot of the news and the media and her fans sounding off about all of the controversy that surrounded him, if that didn't eventually kind of play some type of part and impact her decision. Granted, we don't know who called it off. It could have been mutual. I mean, it seems like it was mutual, but it seemed like that with Joe too. So we'll find out later on down the road who probably broke it off, is my prediction. I don't know. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I see that it was a fling. I see that it was a rebound, but I think that they liked each other so much. I feel like they just had tunnel vision. I really think that at the end of it, like, I think that Taylor was probably aware of what was going on in terms of the media and in terms of all the controversies, in terms of Ice Spice. I mean, I'm curious to even know, was that awkward to release that music video after having been now associated with him? And my theory on the music video is that that was pre-recorded prior to the tour, prior to Maddie Healy. So I don't know. I personally am glad to see that it seems like they're okay. It seems like Taylor's okay. The one, I don't know. I think that Joe is still hurting from what I'm reading and from what I'm seeing. It says that sources are basically um saying that he's having a very hard time. He's just focusing on himself. He's doing his best to keep busy. And he was very trusting in the fact that Taylor and Maddie were friends when they were working together and collaborating on the album, which I believe that they were. I just think that after her and Joe split, he was probably the guy that was right there. And then they already had a little bit of history, and one can see how it could snowball for sure. Um, but I think that it was definitely a quick fling. I kind of thought that from the get-go. That's why I was never too hung up on it and concerned on it. I kind of figured that it was going to weed itself out. I felt like they weren't exactly compatible and right for each other. Her fans seemed to always know what's up, and I was very trusting in and of the fans and what they were thinking and what they were saying. And I kind of felt like it was one of those things where it's like you just have to let her do what she's doing and let her get through it, and then she will eventually come out on the other side and see what everybody else saw. But I don't know. I'm curious to ask you guys this. Do you guys think that Taylor and Maddie are going to return to each other again, or do you think that they are going to be donezo? Because obviously we know that they had a little bit of history with one another, and I don't feel like they're going to come back to one another, but maybe I feel like somebody always has that one person that they come back to. For Taylor, I couldn't really pinpoint and say exactly who I think that is for her if she has one, but maybe this will be that for her. But I hope that she can move on and find somebody who I think is more in alignment with her and with her caliber of celebrity. I mean, Maddie's also a celebrity, but at the end of the day, too, she's been around for way longer than the 19, well, not necessarily way longer than the 1975, but on a publicity scale. Ask a public census as to who knows the 1975 versus Taylor Swift, and there's your answer. Um, But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these two. Let me know if you guys think that they are going to get back together, if they're going to stay apart. And let me know if you guys are heartbroken, excited. Let me know all of your thoughts in terms of that. I'm so curious to see what you guys have to say down in the comments below. All right. And then we're going to talk about Hailey and Kendall. Now, Hailey and Kendall apparently are not feuding after all. Now, I didn't even know until I saw some headlines that these two were potentially feuding. I had no clue. I thought that they were friends. I didn't know that there was anything really going on up until this past week. And then apparently what's been going on, if you are also like me and kind of in the dark about this alleged feud, they were seen spending time together in, I believe it was Europe, with friends and with their friend groups. And apparently, Kendall was with one friend group and Hailey was with another. Now, what's interesting is the fact that Hailey was with Devin Booker, was also in her friend group. And that is Kendall's ex, is Devin Booker. Allegedly, she's now with Bad Bunny. She's never come out and confirmed that as of yet. They've been seen together a lot, but her ex boyfriend is Devin Booker. So apparently the Biebers were joining him on vacation as well as others, and these two girls were in two separate groups, but in a very close proximity of location to one another. I wouldn't ever look at that and think that somebody's not getting along, though, and think that somebody's feuding. I would just say, oh, that's somebody that has various friends. I don't know. But apparently, this was a thing. A lot of people really thought that they weren't getting along anymore. A lot of people were under the impression that these two were just not um that they were at odds. And what I love is the fact that they set the record straight this past weekend. Haley posted to Instagram, she posted to her story a picture of the two of them. They had like the little puppy dog filter on. And basically, they had their thumbs up. And then she put the caption on the story saying, in quotes, feuding. Now, I think that this was a great way to be able to set the record straight. I like to see that they're not feuding, and I know that they've been really good friends for quite some time. So I think that that was the perfect way to kind of like squash what's been going on between the two of them, or what people were thinking has been going on between the two of them. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that they were feuding and then maybe now they're kind of trying to reconcile and cover it up? Do you think that there was no feud at all and this was completely just a reach and blown out of proportion? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Um, and let me know what you guys think about the idea of having two separate friend groups. Would you get mad if your friend was vacationing with their friend group while you were with yours in close range to one another? I look at it this way, like, if me and my best friend had different friend groups that we were a part of, I mean, normally people in friend groups are very tight knit, right? So it's like, why would I go vacation with your friend group when mine's over here and vice versa? So it's kind of like, I feel that these ladies are hopefully mature enough to be able to vacation with other people. And I'm sure that they were texting and sending photos to each other. They just didn't do it publicly. And who knows, maybe they did meet up. We don't know that part. We have no evidence saying, oh, they definitely didn't meet up for dinner or lunch or coffee, even. So it seems like these two were definitely not getting at odds. I feel like they're totally fine. And judging by this Instagram post, it seems like that is basically where they stand. So let me know your thoughts on these two and their alleged feud and what have you. But it seems like they're all good now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now go ahead and make sure that you guys have liked this video. Make sure that you're subscribed and following. Hit your bell notification so you guys are notified every time we upload a brand new video. Again, I'm Hannah Fletcher, and you guys, I will see you guys next time. Thank you again for watching. Bye, everyone.